Out Jarrell Miller, you know I was going to get
Oh,
there. You right to kind of sever all ties with Big Baby?
you know what? I didn't sever the ties because I expected him to cheat again. I'm a little bit naive, but I just think that he made a mistake. And what he never did in the Anthony Joshua situation was he held his hands up and said, to win so bad. Massive mistake. Sorry. And when you look back now, it's a little bit worrying that he never done that. A lot of people have been saying for a long time, this guy's been cheating a long, long time. Worries me. He's prepared to do what he did. That scrutiny after the AJ situation, warm-up fight, he has been cheating his whole career. To be honest, I feel sorry for him. I think he has a psychological problem. I don't think he can bring himself fight heads. That's the honest situation.
Because I was doing a lot of research and I saw that Miller for heavyweights throwing the most punches.
I know. The thing that's always, of course, it don't look good when you get this situation. You think, the thing about Jarrell Miller was his work rate and the ability to throw a load of punches. Okay. So, knows what happened in the past, but what we do know is someone to behave like that, right, it's not right. And Top Rank gave him a lifeline. They gave him a big contract when he didn't deserve it. Nevada Commission licensed him, where some say they should never have licensed him. He couldn't be banned before or suspended because he didn't have a license. Failed his test. Now the Nevada Commission undoubtedly ban him. Other commissions, probably not all commissions, but most commissions follow suit. That situation. By the way, I think every promoter and every broadcaster will too.
Those are the extended words of Eddie Hearn. Of course, this isn't his initial reaction, but his statement now, given what Jarrell Miller has done once again, as we all know by now. And if you don't know, Jarrell Miller has tested positive for PEDs, one of the same 3 that he tested positive of last year. Okay. Now, according to Eddie Hearn, he feels that he's been doing it his whole career. And me counterpunching Eddie Hearn, I can't argue with him because, you can assume that now. Why? Because there is no way. Look at statistics, okay? The first time you got popped was last year. I think it was April of 2019. Then, you have multiple drugs in your system. Okay, I get it. But then you get tested again and test positive again. So what are the odds of you not taking it before the Joshua fight? And what do we know up to now? Everything up to now, let's look at it. First of all, EPO, HGH, GHW 1516. Those were the 3. We also know that his trainer advised him not to do it. So his trainer knew that he was taking drugs. However, how much did his trainer know, or how much did his trainer know? How much was he aware of? How much did he knew about? Did he know about what he was taking before? You know what I mean? Like that's the question you ask yourself. So I think if we were going to dig in to see if Jarrell Miller, how clean he really was or how dirty he really was his whole career, the one person that I think and I feel that I'm pretty sure of that would know is his trainer. Because if his trainer caught him shooting something in the ass or wherever he injected or however he took these drugs, he had to catch him red-handed, or he had to catch him like, dude, come on, you doing that shit again? Don't do that shit now, man. You're going to miss out on $5 to $7 million, And I don't know, honestly, what compelled his trainer to come out and say that. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, he got busted. The tests don't lie, sure. Okay. But then what made the trainer say, you know what? I told him not to do it. I told him not to do it. Well, for one, nobody asked him to do it, so it had to be a pretty good reason why he came out and said it. And I think the reason he came out and said it, me just counterpunched and looking at it, because he saw it before, and he didn't want that type of guilt on his hands because he saw Jarrell Miller do that before. So what Eddie Hearn is saying could be correct. But a lot of things we think of. We had David Tua, Ike Barabucci, okay? They punched and they landed, or they broke a record for landing the most punches together in a single heavyweight fight. Jarrell Miller broke that record by his volume punching. But he shit all over that when he got popped again. In fact, when he got popped anyways, because now people are going to look at it, dude, now you have a history of failed drug tests. So the question is, how much and how many times and how often do you take performance-enhancing drugs? Think about it. Your trainer caught you. The test of 2019 caught you. The test of 2020 caught you. You've been busted by 4 tests. No, actually 5 tests and your trainer. And a partridge in a pear tree. Right? Well, you just got to wonder now, what is this guy really about? Is he just a drug cheat? You know, was he been doing this forever? And it's going to be hard for him to bounce back from this, honestly. But I can tell you this, okay, and I'm going to say this in closing. Tyson Fury said he knocked him down 7 times, okay, and then sent him packing because he had no use for him. Now that makes a lot of sense, okay? Because, in fact, let me share something with you guys, okay? A good friend of mine shared with me, so I'm going to share it with you guys. Okay, now, here's the thing. A friend of mine shared, shout outs to Sean, you know who you are. He was talking about his son, and he said, from what I've learned about PEDs, is that once your system becomes dependent on these drugs, you get weak without them, okay? I think he was trying to spar, work the mitts, heavy bag, etc., and just didn't have it. Can't throw punches in bunches without them. PEDs are probably why he made it as far as he did. And that's the counterpunch from Sean. Shouts out to him once again. You know, and it makes a lot of sense from what Fury was saying on how Jarrell responded to what Fury said about Jarrell Miller. Fury said he knocked him down 7 times, and you look at someone like Jarrell Miller and the way he performs, his size, his physique. He's never been down in a professional fight. Just to think about that. He's never been down. But then Tyson Fury was able to drop him 7 times and then was like, okay, I'm disappointed in this kid. This kid's not doing anything for me. So he's out. But then reading what I just read from a friend of mine, according to his, his sources, it makes sense. You become dependent on the drugs. That's probably what happened. He probably didn't have the drugs in his system, or he was cycling off these drugs when he went over to the training camp to spar and to train with Tyson Fury. He didn't have it. Therefore, he was weak. Therefore, he couldn't take punches. Therefore, he couldn't throw punches. So, take that and add that to the equation and really just think about what I'm saying. So Jarrell Miller probably could not go as far as he did without the drugs because he became dependent on them. Because again, think about the odds of getting popped 4 times in a row. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Eddie Hearn's statement. Of course, my other source with the PED scandal with Jarrell Miller. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunching. Peace.